Hello everybody, it's me, Kay. Welcome back to Kay Plays Minecraft. I've done a little bit of smoothing things out and beautifying this area off camera, but not much because I wanted to come back and get back to you guys. And we're going to talk about some stuff today, and we're going to do some things, have a good time. I have some plans for in here, and I'm going to seal everything off up to about here, wall it up, and make like a sort of spiral staircase down to the bedrock with like a glass pillar in the middle with lava and water flowing like all down it. I think that would look really keen. That's my plan for that area. And I'm going to be doing some stuff with half slabs and smooth stone and just general good lookingness around the farm up here. So I can do most of my building underground. It's just some things require air and sunlight and, access to that is like food stuff and whatnot. That's no big, though. I can handle that. Now, first things first, we're actually going to take this up because I like these sandbars on either side of this. I think they will look a little cooler. And to that end, I'm going to grab some sand, first of all. This will not take but a moment with my nice stone shovel. Once we get our big spiral staircase dug down, we'll be able to easily access iron and whatever else we want from mineral resource-wise. So we'll start getting some iron tools and start hunting for diamonds. Just go get my dirt back, because dirt's still semi-precious to me right now. And we're going to spend this episode working on beautifying this while I talk about a subject that's very important to me. Now, that's weird. There's just a little extra hole there. Let's see if I get an extra sand or something. If I have 11 sand at the end of this, I will. I dug an extra hole accidentally. Strange. All right. Now, as you know, as I've said both in this series and plenty of other places, I'm disabled and I can't work a proper, quote, proper job. But I haven't really talked much about the nature of that and my interactions with people as a person who is disabled and, how that affects me and others. The thing I want to talk about is my disability itself. Now, I suffer from asthma. It's really bad asthma. It actually gets worse if it's not being actively medicated, that's not torture, which is, that's unfortunate. Because of my asthma and because I had a real bad bout of pneumonia that tragically went unmedicated because I didn't have health insurance back then. I also have really bad COPD, which is, I believe, chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder. Basically, it's scarring in my lungs that makes it hard for me to breathe. And, I've lost about, 5% of my lungs capacity because of the scarring, essentially. Which, while unfortunate, is okay. It doesn't get any worse as long as I have access to my medication, my asthma medication and my allergy medication, which also makes me cough and sneeze really bad if I don't have that, because I have really bad allergies too. I kind of lost the respiratory genetic lotto, you could say, but that's not the complete extent of my problems. See, when I was before I was even born, my mother, when she was carrying me, suffered from a condition called polyhydramnios. And if you're not familiar with that, what that is that's an excess of amniotic fluid in the womb. And amniotic fluid is the liquid that, you're surrounded by as a fetus when you're in an embryo, when you're gestating in your mother. And it's important stuff, but you do not want too much of it. You can very much have too much of a good thing with that. If there's too much of it, it causes a liquid pressure on the developing baby, and that can kill it, among other things, but it can do a lot of terrible things. Not the least of which is crush the developing fetus, and that's actually what happened with me. Usually it's not a big deal. Mild cases of polyhydramnios can just be completely ignored. Also, with polyhydramnios, you can treat it. You can drain amniotic fluid through, I assume, a syringe. I don't actually know the procedure, but I do know it's a relatively easy procedure. And that happened a lot. But she had a terrible, terrible case of it. And it happened to get really bad right at the end, and so I got crushed, essentially. And that damaged a bunch of my internal organs. It was actually so bad that the doctor suggested that I be aborted, which should give you a good idea of like the degree of crushing that had happened. Now, I turned out okay. I ended up being, born on time and everything. I wasn't premature or any problems like that, but my health has never been amazing because of it, and I have trouble breathing and trouble swallowing food and things because, damage to my stomach and my lungs and intestines and liver and whatnot. But also I got really bad spinal damage from that because my spine was developing during the period where I was getting mashed. And so I have really bad scoliosis and I'm hunched forward kind of bad, and it's kind of hard for me to walk sometimes and whatnot. So that's the general nature of my disability. I was crushed, basically, for a few days before I was born, and that damaged developing organs permanently. And I don't need to take anything for it. I do have back pain, and I have one of those nice Tempur-Pedic mattresses that just fixes that. If my back hurts, I just take a nap, and it's fine for the rest of the day. It lets it realign comfortably. But it does make it hard for me to work and to do things, and completely unrelated to that, I have major depressive disorder, which makes it very hard to do things when that's in play. But I take an antidepressant for that. I take what's called Lexapro. The actual drug is escitalopram. And actually, I've got my medicine right here. Let me make sure that's right. Substitute for Lexapro, yeah. So that's the particular drug that I take for depression. It helps me regulate my mood. And while I still always have depression, it's something that's always with you no matter what. I mean, taking the medication doesn't cure it. It just lets it be balanced. I think the best way to describe it is depression is like a really loud party going on in the next room. And it's always there. You can't escape it because you always hear it. But taking the medicine is like closing your door. Like, you can still hear it, but it's very muffled now. And that means you can deal with it. You can just put on some headphones and relax, whereas you couldn't do anything about it before. Oh, that's sandstone. They look so similar in their little sprites, so I never can tell. Sand's got the granular top, though. All right, there we go. So that's what I do, and it's just, like, I talk about it very casually because it's just me. Like, it's a part of me. It's always been a part of me. Like, what would you do if you didn't have it? Like, I don't know. I'm me. So I don't really know how to answer that kind of thing. It's just how you live. But the thing that I did want to talk about, and it comes up on the channel sometimes, and it's an annoying thing, is when you help people who are disabled, you need to be mindful of certain things. Like, as a disabled person, I require help. Like, my husband takes care of me. He, prepares meals and keeps the house clean because I can't take care of that kind of level of labor. But don't give people, this is probably true of anyone, don't give unsolicited help. Like, to most people, that's probably annoying. To a disabled person, that's outright just deeply insulting, at least to many disabled people. Most of the disabled people I know are really upset at receiving unsolicited assistance with things. It's like, let people do it themselves if they can do it themselves, and don't be the judge of whether or not they can. That's what I get at with that. Like, and that comes up surprisingly often doing Let's Plays because people want to tell you things. Like tell you, like, how to make smooth stone or, like, what key jumps or things. It's like, I'm not, like, mentally invalid. I'm just crippled. Like, I know how to do things. And if I didn't, I could just look it up on a wiki. Like, I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself. So it's kind of, like, infantilizing to me personally when people do that. And I'm not lecturing anybody in particular. It's a thing that just happens sometimes because people want to participate, and I guess people don't know what to do beyond tell you things. And, that's okay. I understand, like, the feeling of that. But it's probably not a good idea to do that, especially to a disabled person, because it does raise up echoes of lots of terrible experiences. So, yeah, just, if that's a thing you do, just don't. It's like, there's no hard feelings. Just don't do that. And if you didn't know about that, well, now you know. It's a thing that, like, unsolicited advice and unsolicited physical assistance especially is really infuriating to me. It's like, if I need help, I'll ask, It's like people hear that you are disabled and then they assume that, you just need help with everything. But that's not true at all. I'm sure that's the case for some people who are more severely disabled even than me. But yeah, when you're disabled, there's plenty of things you can do yourself. Like, I can operate my channel. I can run my small business here in K Plays. I get a little exercise and I take walks and things sometimes, and I can prepare simple meals and all kinds of things. And, I don't need help with all that stuff. Wait, what is... Oh, that's just... I keep thinking that's smooth stone, but that's andesite. So what we're doing is we're basically eliminating the water as being a thing, because I don't want the wheat to fall into the water here, back on the subject of what we're doing today. I just don't want to have to constantly dive in the water and jump out and possibly trample crops. So by doing this, we're making it kind of pretty. First of all, I really like smooth stone half slabs. I think they're beautiful. But in addition to beautifying things, we're just kind of making it more convenient too. And with the half slabs over it, that's not going to impact the water in any way. It still functions just the same. So this is good stuff. And we need a few more. And then we're going to start work in the next episode, I think, digging down. And that's going to be interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about, disability and dealing with people who have it as a person who's not disabled, like how to handle that situation. Just so people know and understand. Because, I'm, as a disabled gamer, I want to just make that out there for people to understand. Thank you for listening to that particular little subject. That's heavy stuff. I don't want to do heavy stuff. I want to do some fun stuff. So, not a lot of other news yet, but I am just about finished with the basic level beautification here. There we go. Okay, so that's all good now. Let's see, we can just walk right over, no problems. This doesn't trample crops when you do this. As you can see, it's all perfectly fine. That's just a great way to have it. And now we'll have another row of sugarcane there on that side, and we'll basically be done with this. I might put another row of sugarcane like this on either side of it too, but that won't really be necessary because I think it's actually a... Is it a perfect square right now? No, it's too off. Okay, that's fine with me though. We might put some more decorative work on the sides of it later. But for now, it works. It works just fine for what it is. It's just a pretty little farm to start us growing some food. We don't need much more than that. Okay, now let's block this off so we know not to go through this wall anymore, please. That's where we don't go. And we're going to dig out around here and make this kind of squared off. And I like my idea of using like a glass pillar that we build the spiral stair around. Because I think, like, we've got tons of sand. So glass, not a concern in the slightest. We've got surface lava, so we can have some lava decoration flowing down it. And we've got water, of course, because we're on an island. So we've got water decorations that can flow down. It's just a natural fit, I think, for me with the resources I have available right now. I think it's just going to be delightful. I can't wait to show you that when it gets done. It's not going to be a thing that I instantly build. I'm just going to build the path down first, obviously, because I've got a lot to do there. Okay, and we're going to knock this out right here, like that. Okay, and right here you see, like, this level of sandstone that I'm digging out right now, that's going to be the ceiling of this room. So, anything past that needs to be dug out. And it's not going to be sandstone. I'm going to make it into, actually, I should go one higher than that? No, I think I'm good. Let's light this up, though, because I've made it a little alarming in here. Okay, there we go. Pop back into bed. I just don't want to risk getting myself in some trouble with nasties. I think this is going to be a wall here. So any non-smooth stone needs to be knocked out, because the walls are going to be smooth stone. You can go one higher than this. It is, actually. I'm one level too low. Dig all this out. There we go. Now that is actually the level of the ceiling. Yes, okay. So let's go ahead and sandstone it up. We're going to put smooth stone on top, or really under it, but you know what I mean. Let's go ahead and grab another pick. I hear Spidey. I hear a spider. I don't like him. So this is going to be just a little bit of digging for the rest of this episode. I've already talked about disability stuff. If you have more questions about, like, my disability and stuff, then you just feel free to ask in the comments. I don't mind talking about this kind of thing. It doesn't bother me or anything. It's just a part of me. It's a part of life. Yeah, that's got to be knocked out to get it even. I'm a little concerned about possibly caving this in on my head. But, I mean, it wouldn't be K-Plays without me failing in some capacity to do something. Oh, yeah, if I try to put that there, that's going to get to where it breaks kind of bad on me. Okay, we're going to put a torch right there, first of all. No, we're not. I'm going to put it... Dagnabbit! Okay, fine. There. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. All right. That should light this area up as we seal it off, because there's going to be a little space there, because I can't put anything there directly on the sand. That will go poorly for me. So we're just going to leave a little open pocket here, but that's okay, because we lit it up, so there's not going to be spider sounds all the time. Spider sound. There we go. Okay, and we need to put that and that and that. We can't put one there. Wasn't supposed to put one there, but we did. Good job, you jerk. This is gonna get tricky, isn't it? Well, I mean, what's up there? It's just sand. Sand all the way down, yeah. I'm not gonna like this. I really am not. Sorry if I yawned loudly there. I'm a little tired. That's another thing about disability and not breathing super great. Even with my medicine, I get tired pretty fast. So, talking, I just recorded a bunch of prey, and I'm just recording this now, so it gets tiring, and sometimes I get a little breathless. This will probably be my last thing for the day, so this is the only episode you'll hear that in. So that's going to get knocked out. And so is this right here. Let's go ahead and knock this part out. There we go. That was weird. And that row and the one behind it too, most likely. This is going to be a big box at first. It's not going to be beautiful, but it is going to be beautiful when I get done with it. That's not going to help me at all because I got to knock that out too. Okay. And yeah, that's the wall right there. We're going to smooth stone that off, and goes to about there. So we should probably smooth stone here. Maybe one over, I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, we don't need to knock this out, so I can just fill this in. And we'll just smooth stone right here, and that's how we should be doing it. It's going to be 7 wide, and that's plenty. Let's put torch down so that we don't cause dark problems. Nope, that's not correct. That's not what we're doing today. Ah! Well, that was just because I fell. And then I made a duck sound, which was nice. Ah! Oh. Sandstone, I got more. Don't worry, there's no shortage of it doing this. Ooh. All right. Now, we got any more? Yeah, we got more stone. Let's drop off some more. We're going to smooth this out so I can get my dimensions in my head real well. Let's just throw some wood in there now, because we actually got tons. We can have as much wood as we like now, and that's good news. Wood is good. Get that granite out of here. Get that out of here. We got plenty. All right. Let's go ahead and pop that in to fill that up. Now, if I put this... Okay, that's got to go, though. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's correct. Okay. We put that there, and then we'll put some of this here to show that that's a wall starting that way. And we'll just put in some there to show that that's a wall starting that way. So we're going to turn this into kind of a box on the way in. It's a little boxy, but that's going to be all right. Don't you worry. This is going to cause a collapse. There's just no way around it. I can't place any more sandstone without collapsing this, so here goes. Oh, wait. Wait. Hold, please. I think we might be onto something here. Putting it under it seems to prevent collapse, because that's the block that's updating. Oh, well, that's delightful. Look at this. I was really scared that was going to cause a collapse. And I was going to have to go out there and do a bunch of digging and replacing a bunch of sand everywhere. And yeah, I still hear those zombies and everything. I still hear the spiders and the skeletons. There's something around here. And I think I'm going to dig to the sides and look around in a little bit. Like, it might be over here. Because I really want to know if there's a dungeon or something that's worth looking into. In fact, let's just go ahead and do a little digging and see if we find anything over here, shall we? Oh, we hit some gravel. That's nothing. No, I really don't think there's anything back here. Never mind, then. Could be the other way. Anyway, I got 1,000,000 tons of sandstone I can use freely, so I just use that to fill in. Since I'm going to use the sand for other things. Let's check. I hear sounds coming from this way, so maybe this way. Now it's quieter. It's right under me then. It's got to be under me. Okay, so there may be something nasty underneath me. Let's see if we can do something about that. Oh, I'm out of picks. Oopsie. Let's see here. I got plenty more wood to burn, so to speak. Not actually burning it, but you know what I mean. I will burn it later. I'll almost certainly burn it, but for now, coal is a little harder to come by, and I could make charcoal, but I'm lazy. Just deal with it. I'm really curious where that sound is coming from, though. That's starting to creep me out a little bit, because I don't know if, like, Nori's balanced the audio real quiet or anything, and you can't hear it, but I hear a bunch of monster noises all the time in here. And it's getting louder now. I think by Jove, I think we've hit it. Let's go ahead and shovel down a little bit here. We gotta be getting into something here. I hear bats and skeletons and zombos. There's iron. Hey, that's cool. Nothing else. I found some iron while I was doing this mess. Put some torches down so we don't cause any surprises in my house, please. I got the stuff to make flint and steel now, so I could cast a nether portal using some of that lava I've got. That wouldn't be a half bad plan, I suppose. Well, there is certainly gravel here. I'm going to actually take that gravel because I would like to have access to more flint, and that's how you get it. Huh. This is spooky. I really don't know where the heck that sound is coming from. Let's keep digging then. Boy, it's absolutely all around me. I'm gonna dig out this, oh! That was smart. There we go. I'm gonna dig out this iron while I'm here, though, regardless, because I want it. Cannot say no to iron, man. Or to Iron Man, for that matter. He's pretty cool. Let's see, yeah, more iron this way. This is actually quite a lot of iron. We might just craft an iron tools, like an iron shovel or iron pick or something with this mess. Because this is looking kind of nice, to be fair. It's got to be here. Like, just the sound is so loud around me. Well, I'm bound to find it eventually. It's just I'd like to find it on my terms and not theirs when it shows up and I dig into it and fall in. To just like a horrible hell pit. Alright, well, it looks like we're just going to have to give up on that for now. I'm sure I'll find it when I'm digging the spiral staircase, because that's going to be huge, just going all the way down to bedrock. I'm sure I'll break into some caves and stuff. I will do some work on that off camera, and you guys will get to see that later. But for now, I'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.